Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from Charles. Charles gave a general contribution, which I'll use for this video. But before I get to the subject matter, please go to the description box of this video and click on the Rumble link. I ask everybody to watch the Rumble version of this video, as I am still monetized over there, and it'll help with the channel greatly. On to the subject matter at hand. I have spoken about the awful, the affluent white liberal female. They are the bane of society. They are what is driving most of the problems in Western culture. Is the white affluent liberal female. So we got a good example here of a video of a black female and a black male responding to it. Let's watch, shall we?
I know many of us get very frustrated with black people, but we do need to take a major pause. When we're talking about un-American groups, the young white leftist woman, she is a threat.
There is nobody more dangerous than Western culture than the white liberal female. Hands down. Bottom line, will get you to leave your husband, abort your child, just tear down any norms of Western civilization. Why? Because they can't compete on the same level. That's why. So they want to take down everything around them.
To the Republic. True threat to the Republic. These women, they are Antifa supporting. They hate anything with Israel. They hate the idea of being pregnant.
And the only reason that these women hate Israel is because they see Jews as white. They look white. They don't think they're white. Ask them. They don't think they're white. They don't think they're Caucasian. But to the liberal white female, okay, because they're ignorant, they're racist, they're bigoted, they're violent, they see into everything, like I said, everything is projection with them. Everything they accuse everyone else of being is exactly what they are. And they think everybody thinks the same way as they do. So that's why you get these hysterical, histrionic routines out of them, because they think everybody has the same thought patterns that are going on in their crazy, violent minds.
Being married, it's like they have daddy issues, yet they came, for the majority, from two-parent homes.
And there's no bigger daddy than the United States. I mean, Trump just proved that in NATO, where they literally were calling him daddy. When the liberal white female gets political, she's just seeing her country as her father.
Why is there so much hate in the heart of young leftist white women? What is their problem?
Nobody checked them. Nobody checked them their whole life. They've been told how wonderful everything that they do is. They have been given power that they haven't earned, they don't deserve, and they don't know what to do with. Once they have it, they just want to see who they can use it against. They are the last people in society who should have any control, any power over anybody.
I had real hardships, and I'm not saying that white people didn't, but what is the issue with so many young white women where they hate America so much?
They hate their fathers. They hate their fathers. And what they either did was they were divorced, or they watched their mothers run the household and absolutely dominate their fathers, especially in the boomer generation.
I mean, they will rush to a microphone to talk about how much they would love to scrape out their uterus. Like, they love talking about that. But the thing...
It's taunting. That's low-grade taunting. Anytime they're talking about abortion and scraping out their uterus, like, they're taunting society. They're taunting their fathers with their degeneracy. They're taunting.
thing is that Malcolm X been talking about the white liberal.
Be careful of that white liberal, that sheep, that wolf in sheep's clothing. The conservative will tell you who they are, what they want. Liberal act like they're your friend and destroy you. Wolf in sheep's clothing, as Malcolm X said.
Been talking about them. They have not changed. And this is why I tell you that the Democratic Party has not changed, not one bit. They are spearheaded by the young white leftist woman.
So is the Republicans. So is 90%, I'd say 60% of the Republican Party as well. Posturing for her approval, which they'll never get. Just trying to avoid being called this type of ist or a misogynist or that type of that. That's it. Because most Republicans are cowards.
And she is just as hateful and cruel and evil as she was in the Margaret Sanger days.
Worse, because she has more power now. Since the Margaret Sanger, they've given her more power, more say-so, more political power, more social power. What has she done with it? Destroyed Western culture, destroyed young girls with it, destroyed the future.
Not a thing has changed. This is an evil person. The young, liberal, white woman. She is dangerous.
Awfuls. Affluent, white, female liberals. Awfuls.
She is 100% correct. Man, I don't know why we don't talk about this enough, right? Because we have conversations about black fatigue. Obviously, we see a lot of illegal migrants and people that are standing.
Right. And I said this in an earlier video. It's not black fatigue. It's feminist fatigue. And when you really boil it down, it's the big I fatigue.
Standing up for illegals when it's
or J fatigue, whichever one.
Popular to do so. Just so happens to be a couple weeks ago, it was the Los Angeles protest, No King's Day. Obviously, that resulted in nothing except for a bunch of money being thrown around, a bunch of cities being having graffiti everywhere, and then a bunch of liberals being angry at each other so that we can create better content and continue to run up the bag at their demise. But the fact of the matter is, nobody really holds accountable the young white woman liberal that is trying to destroy the United States of America.
That's the job of either the white father, the brothers, the boyfriends. But the problem is, okay, they've been screaming about patriarchy for so long. These men have tapped out, given up. Like, why would they bother? Now you're dealing with the consequences of it. We are trying to get it. We are trying to get them in check by not dealing with them. And you're seeing the result of that now, where these women are complaining, where have all the good men gone? Where have all the good men gone? We're not dealing with you anymore. And I said in the past, it used to be, I said, the male birth control pill would be what gets this in check. But you just don't have to deal with them. You stop giving, men stop giving them access to our services, to us. It falls apart for them real quick. The issue is nobody's told them no their entire life. Or maybe one man did, and that's who they're running a freaking vendetta against now.
And as a matter of fact, you can throw the older white women in there also, because, I can give you a history lesson about how we came to have feminism in the...
Well, here's the important thing. Old white feminists create young white feminists. Because once they get to once that liberal feminist gets to a point where they can't have kids anymore and they realize everything they were lied to and they're alone with their cats, they're not going to they don't turn around and admit their mistake and say, don't follow the folly of my life. Oh, no. They demand every pretty bitch follow along with them. I mean, they don't got to convince the ugly ones because ain't nobody want them anyway. They're easy to bring over. They're looking for revenge as it is.
In the first place, and why black women who are so gullible and such a follower Me Too group of people that tied themselves to the Democratic Party as a result of trying to align with white women who were in.
Don't forget the preacher. Don't forget that black preacher going hand in hand with that white feminist. Who keeps the black church going? It's the black female. Who's preaching this shit to them, to these black women every Sunday or Saturday when they're going? It's this preacher being supported by that white liberal feminist, poisoning the minds of your women. Don't forget him. Don't forget him. Those houses of institutional and political and social failure have been riddled in the black community for 120 years. Things come, things go, all those, but those places all stay there, all sit there. 50 feet away from each other, one after the next. And that preacher, that deacon, whatever you want to call him, he don't live there. He don't live there. He's coming in his Caddy or his Lexus or his Maserati or whatever, his Countach, taking all your money, sending his kids to private school, you're paying his $1 million mortgage, you're paying for his cars, you're paying for his wife's lavish lifestyle, you're paying for his kids' private school tuition. But nothing changes in your neighborhoods. Why? Because he's poisoned the black female through that white liberal, and nobody questions it. And there he goes every Saturday, every Sunday with his bag full of money back to the suburbs out of your neighborhood. Don't forget him.
Incredibly liberal and was using black women as a trope so that they can get all of the things that they got, which they are largely the ones that benefited from diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Right. When Clinton did welfare reform and said, throw that black man out of your house, we'll take care of him. That's what he did. That's what happened back in the day. But it all goes back to that white liberal feminist. Poison in society. Why? Because she's angry. She's angry at her dad. Nobody's put her in check. And she's just destroying everything she touches. So, let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you, Charles, for the contribution. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions in the comment section below. And if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with either the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, and email links in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to subscribe to both my channels on Rumble. Again, if you haven't watched the video on Rumble, please do. Even if you don't watch it all the way through, every click helps. Also, please be sure to subscribe to follow me on X and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.